Hello, hello. Happy Sunday, everyone. I don't know why, but this feels like a Monday to me. It's felt like a Monday all day. Hope everybody's doing well. I'll wait for a minute for people to join. Today is our weekly TarotScopes, and I want to just say happy February. We made it to February. We made it through January. Honestly, that month flew by so fast. Maybe not in the best way. A lot of chaos, right? But we made it. We made it to February. Another exciting month ahead. Hi, Crystal Blue, Daniel, Susan Crooks, Nancy G. Yes, tired all weekend. Yeah, I did not sleep well last night. Now, today's a full moon, right? And I tend to not sleep on full moons for whatever reason. The energy is just really high. But I did not sleep well last night. I've had a nap today. It wasn't enough. I can only take like power naps anyway. So, Shooting Star, great to see you. Hello. Good to see everybody. I hope everybody's stayed warm. Well, I have, because it's been in the 60s here in lovely Denver, Colorado. We have not really had a winter yet, with very few exceptions. A couple little, cold blasts here and there. But honestly, everybody else, all back east, has been getting crazy cold weather. My sister lives in North Carolina, and they managed to skirt that storm that was supposed to be coming through, and they only got a couple inches, whereas some people near them got, 10 inches. So, yes. It's in upstate New York. I'm so sorry. I know my son is in New York, as many of you know, and he's been doing a video shoot this weekend. He works in video production outside in Brooklyn, and I pray that they have access to hand warmers and can duck into a heated space. So, anyway. That's just what it is, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. How are you? Is it nice and comfy? I know you guys got a little chilly there in Florida, didn't you, Daniel? Okay. And you know what's weird? You'll see me again. These sinuses of mine. It's been a messy winter for me, because right now my sinuses, it's February 1st and they think it's spring. Ooh, 22 overnights. That's chilly. I hope you have a good heater. Yeah. But my sinuses think that it's time for spring allergies. And I've been hearing like the birds singing, and, we're Denver. It should be cold. I'm not complaining. I like the warmth, but I'm also kind of like, really? Spring allergies, and because I was wondering, I was like, what in the world is going on? And then I talked to my mom, and she's like, oh, my nose is running too. So I don't know. That's all I can think. I got out my Allegra. So never had allergies till I moved here. It's crazy. You're worried about your water pipes, Daniel? Yeah. You're from the north, we used to keep our water dripping, so a little water's flowing. Hi, Liz. It was so beautiful. You just got home from a walk. Yeah. I had a walk this morning, and it was lovely. Yeah. Crystal Blue, good to see you. And you're in the 80s in LA. Hey, stop bragging. Although, I don't want the 80s right now. It's going to get warm soon enough. But that, if it were 20s, I would be very jealous for sure. 25 in Central Florida last night, says Watcher. Oh my gosh. And hi, Lori. Yeah. Yes, too hot. I would agree. It makes this weather that we're having makes me really worried that we're going to have a super, super hot summer. Or we're going to have like crazy snowstorms in the in the spring. Yeah, Shooting Star says she's ready for 80. Yes, well, I mean, it's beautiful here. Honestly, it's 60 degrees is in our dry climate is feels very comfortable. It's t-shirt weather. So, it sounds probably cold to you in Florida, but it feels warmer just because our climate is so arid. So, anyway, welcome everyone to our weekly TarotScopes. Susan Kirk, yeah, you're in New Zealand, so you're having summer, right? You had a fly in the house today, Liz. I did too. I had a bee the other day, which was weird, too. In January. I mean, yeah, it was January. So, anyway, you know what? I have learned to stop guessing what the weather's going to be like. So, anyway, here we are on February 1st. Welcome, everybody. Happy birthday to anybody who has a birthday this week. You, lovely, well, I guess it would be January or February birthdays, Aquarius birthdays. Alex says, it'll get down to 30 in South Florida tonight. Yes, lots of frozen iguanas. Those are it's kind of sad, but those are sad. Those are funny videos when you see those iguanas that have fallen from the trees. Do they get hurt? Do they die? I've seen that before. Anyway, poor little iguana. They need like a little winter coat. So, anyway, happy birthday to the birthday folks this week. If anybody has a birthday, do something wonderful for yourself. Buy yourself flowers, eat the whole cake. Do something really fun for yourself. Whatever makes you happy. And this is our TarotScopes for the week. So if you're new here, I do this weekly. I talk about the astrological weather of the week. Sorry for blowing my nose. Allergies. And I talk about some of the current events that are corresponding with this astrology that we're in. Hi, Mystic Shining. Good to see you. Alex says, no, they're not dead. They lay there until they thaw, and then they hop up and crawl away. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I always picture like a limb just falling off. Oh, that's good. All right. So anyway, February, guys, you may have heard it's going to be a huge, huge month astrologically. And this is one that the astrologers have been pointing to for a long time. Really kind of the kickoff to a lot of big events this year. And you've heard about 2026 being the great reset month or year. And here we go. I really feel like this is the month that it starts. The most notable event we'll see this month is the very highly anticipated conjunction of those two big planetary players, Saturn and Neptune. And they will meet up at 0 degrees of Aries. Remember, Aries is the very first sign of the zodiac, and 0 degrees. So they're meeting at the very first degree of the very first sign, which is an indication of new beginnings. And the last time we saw this particular aspect was, by some calculations, I've seen different ones, but 9,000 years is the last time we saw those two players meet up in 0 degrees of Aries. So crazy times, right? Normally we're in astrology, we can say, what were you doing 10 years ago? And you look back and, you kind of see what kind of things, and then you're going to be able to sort of see a repeat of them or correct whatever happened or that sort of thing. In this case, nobody was there here 9,000 years ago. So this is a big, big deal. And I want to say the last time, in fact, these two planets don't meet up very often at all. Anyway, the last time they met up was 36 years ago, I believe. 30. So look back, what happened to you 36 years ago? I got married to my husband 36 years ago. So, there might be something to do with our marriage, or things will change, or we might move, or, that sort of thing. So who knows? So, get out the calculator and figure out what you were doing 36 years ago when they met. They met in a different sign. They weren't at 0 degrees of Aries, but the energy is similar. But this is more significant. We also know that this month we will also have a total eclipse of the sun, right? And that will be most clearly viewable from Antarctica. So if anybody plans to go way south, you might be able to see it in New Zealand, Susan, but way south, way south, southern hemisphere. But it will be exact. And so interesting. What is that trigger for that part of the world? People talk about there being bases under Antarctica. Maybe there will be some significant ice melt, or ice shelves cracking and falling. So it impacts things in those parts. The last big eclipse that went over Texas was right when we saw those horrible floods that killed all those children at summer camps. So, but it is a worldwide event, and it's something we should be looking for. We will also have the start of the Chinese New Year in the middle of the month. So this is the year of the fire horse. I'm sure many of you have heard about that. It's about charging forward with passion, with energy, with, it is that Aries energy, Mars energy. And so really kind of charging forward. If you want to have a little fun, you can sort of look it up on your phone or on your computer, like put in what should you expect based on your birth date in Chinese astrology too, which is not what we're doing here, but they have an interesting point of view as well. Okay, getting a lot of landslides, Susan. Yeah, you guys have had a lot of earthquakes too in New Zealand. Yeah. And I'll talk about that here in a moment. So, what else? We also have, so these are the things that are happening leading right up to that big, the conjunction of Neptune and Saturn, right? That's a lot of energy right there in the middle of a kind of second half of the month. And this is paradigm shifting energy, timeline altering energy, right? And it's an important time to be alive. A lot of energy. I know that everyone's tired of this. Everybody's like, okay, uncle, I'm tired. I'm done. But please just hold on, because these changes are all for the better. And all you light workers out there, you have a job to do, right? We're here to hold the light for others who, don't see the bigger picture, perhaps. Or if you need support, find it wherever you need to. So anyway, do your spiritual practices, ground yourselves, your energy, do whatever you do, but don't give in to fear, please. Okay. Change is good. All right. Trust and allow. Okay. So on to the news of the week. Excuse me. More anti-ice marches in Minneapolis and all around the U.S. I don't know if they've been around the world, but certainly all around the U.S. Did anybody go to an ice march yesterday or over the weekend? I wasn't able to. I know they did a little bit here, but anyway, that is a reminder of that revolutionary energy that comes with Aquarius, all of the Aquarian energy. And remember that we're steeped in this right now. We have the Sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars, all hanging out in the sign of Aquarius. So it's a lot of Aquarian energy right now. Let's see. Oh, Susan, there's been a 5.8 earthquake in Tonga, one of the Pacific Islands near New Zealand. recently had a 5.2. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. Is that kind of north of New Zealand? I saw some activity there online. Okay. So again, Aquarian energy is revolutionary. It's people standing up for the little guy versus the man, right? We also saw that lovely human being, Greg Bovino, who was removed as head of ICE this week. A sign again that the public outcry, Aquarius, about those murders and about the aggressive apprehensions coming from, and this outcry came from both sides of the aisle. I even saw Fox News kind of pushing back on the narrative a little bit, which is crazy. It seems to be getting the president's attention. And of course, his poll numbers are reflecting this dissatisfaction right now. And, he pays attention to those things. Meanwhile, border czar and family separator Tom Homan has taken over for him. So let's see if that calms things down at all. His tone did seem a little bit conciliatory when I saw on the news. Saw him talk a little bit about how we need to kind of bring the level of energy down a little bit. So I just still think it stands to be seen. Hi, Creative Chick. Good to see you. No marches in South Carolina. The weather's been so cold. I know. Speaking of the cold weather, my sister went and saw the monks walking twice. They came through her city, and then she has a lake house north of there, and she saw them again there. But it has been so cold and icy. So those poor guys, I hope that they're staying warm and getting a nice, warm place to sleep at night anyway. So you're not sure, Susan. That's okay. No worries. All right. So that's ice. And then, of course, rumor has it that Kristi Noem, who is the head of DHS, maybe figurehead in all that makeup and hair and makeup and injections. And I guess, not showing, I guess I am throwing shade. So be it. But she's in trouble because of her handling of these matters. There was a press thing with all of Trump's cabinet members around that big table with the press in the room. And it was notable that she wasn't given the opportunity to speak. Everybody else was able to, bow down to him and praise him. She didn't speak. So whatever. What do you want to make of that? He's not happy, I don't think. Shooting star. If you ask me, not enough trouble. Yeah, I would say too. We also saw Don Lemon, who he's a former anchor person. He had his own show on CNN, who was fired earlier in the year because he's critical. He's fiery, and so he was let go earlier in the year, and he works as an independent journalist now. He has his own, YouTube channel and different outlets as well. And so Don Lemon and several other journalists who, not surprisingly, were people of color, were arrested in violation of their First Amendment rights by the Trump administration, by the DOJ. And so I kind of think they messed with the wrong guy in Don Lemon because he's feisty. And people like him, and they're going to stand up for him. So we had another big document dump on Friday. Did anybody get a look at some of that stuff with Epstein files? Guys, whoa, not good. And they had a funny little skit on SNL about how the Epstein, the document dump came out to distract from the ICE stuff, and the ICE stuff, escalates to distract from the Epstein stuff, and it's crazy. Creative Chick says, just read he is closing down the Kennedy Center. I saw that too. For 2 years. It's from entertainment, outlet, whatever. Um, I guess that would give him enough time to put in his gold fixtures. Oh, dear God, I hope not. I I don't know. I've said this before. I was born and raised in Washington, D.C. My dad was a government worker, the whole thing. Um, and it's it makes me so sad because these were like obviously they're cherished institutions for the whole country, but that was kind of in my backyard. So yeah, Creative Chick, you saw some of the documents and they were nasty and they named names. So they named people like lots of salacious material that they say is verified. But you know what? Where there's smoke, there's fire. 45 was mentioned hundreds and hundreds of times, and as well as many men of wealth and power and influence, including Musk, Bill Gates, former Prince Andrew, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, and that new Fed chair that they just named was also in there. I have a feeling that just about he keeps people who were in the files around him so that they're all implicated and they all, have to want to try to keep everything under wraps. So yes, exactly. Everybody's canceling their performances. So I feel like he's just saying it kind of like, oh, we're just going to slow things down for a little bit. It's basically because they just can't keep it, they can't keep it open. There aren't enough there aren't enough acts that want to, how many times can you have like Kid Rock perform? Or Nicki Minaj? So there aren't enough performers who want to come and perform there. Anyway, the thing that I find the most horrifying, again, and bring this back to astrology. This is a month of revelations, things coming to the surface, bubbling up. Like you can't keep a lid on things anymore, right? So what I find the worst about all of this is that it appears with those documents that came out that the FBI suppressed or turned a blind eye to many of these tips and testimony that came from the victims or people who were immediate witnesses. Hi, Craig. Yeah, Creative Chick, Trump won't last and everything will go back to normal. Yep, I agree. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it is going to take some time to kind of get everything back to normal. And just to wrap this up, well, actually, I have a little bit more. Middle East, it's like the whole world is boiling right now, honestly. Middle East tensions are heating up again, or they've never really slowed down. Iran is warning the U.S. to stay out of its business in regards to their little revolutionary activities. And also Pakistan. Pakistan had some aggression. I think there were some bombings. And so people are fleeing northeast Pakistan as the mosque leaders are warning of military action. Nothing like religious wars, right? Love that. Gotta love that. There are also rumors of a coup attempt in China's Xi Jinping as he purges top military leaders in his army, in his military. What is it called? The Chinese, I can't remember what it's called. And this would indicate that there is division at the highest levels in China, right? This many people suspect, and my cards, I keep forgetting to post it, but my cards the other day posted that I pulled cards for Xi, Putin, and Trump. I should have pulled for Netanyahu as well. And all three of them got the 10 of Swords, separate card pulls. 10 of Swords, meaning stabbed in the back. People are working against them. End of the line. Right? So anyway, that's an interesting indication. I agree, CJ. Yeah. We need to go back to, I would say, calm, stability, but we don't need to go back to what we had because it needed some change. So, all right. We've also seen, after much tariff chaos with Trump, Canada and the UK and other countries are in talks to take their trade to China, who is happy to have their business. Yeah. Also, a Democrat just yesterday, I saw this, or maybe this morning, a Democrat in a deeply, deeply red district that I think Trump won by like 18 percentage points. I just won this Texas Senate seat. This is a House at a state seat, so not in the U.S. government. It doesn't shift that balance, but it is a very another ominous sign for the Republicans that they're in trouble at midterm elections later this year. That's, of course, I didn't even mention this, but I will mention, of course, the Trump administration and Tulsi Gabbard were seen taking the Fulton County, Georgia election data. Came in with subpoena, or I guess, what do you call them? Warrants, and they took all of the data, right? And that's probably to keep the case that Fani Willis was working on, which is going forward under a different prosecutor. It's probably trying to keep that data from coming out. Yeah. A judge ordered that and did everybody see the footage of the little bunny hat wearing preschooler Liam Ramos, who was taken by ICE with his dad last week? He was, a judge ordered that they should be released from the Texas detention center. The judge cited that DHS were following ruthless and unconstitutional methods in an effort to follow Stephen Miller's 3,000 person per day quota on daily detentions. They have quotas, guys. That's why they're so ruthless. I think they get paid on the number of detentions that the people that they take and put behind bars. So loud protests were actually heard from outside the walls of that detention center as well. So people are, again, Aquarius, rising up. They've had enough. I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. Oh, the pilot gave him his wing pin. Yeah, that poor sweet little baby. He looks sick though. His energy is really bad, and of course it is. Like, what a traumatic thing to be snatched away like that. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's good news. Another in other news, remember Luigi Mangione? He's the guy who shot the United Healthcare CEO. Not advocating shooting, but a lot of people felt, are mad at those health insurance companies because they rip people off. They deny coverage or delay coverage, and people die as a result. So a judge dropped 2 of Luigi's charges because of sloppy police work, and so that's very interesting too. He's kind of a vigilante. Allegedly, right. Also, in Earth news, we see volcanoes erupting everywhere. Kilauea and some 40 other volcanoes have been spouting off all around the Earth, including Italy, Guatemala, New Zealand, all around the Earth, and lots of earthquakes as well, as we were just discussing a moment ago. And last thing I want to talk about in medical news, this is really cool. Spanish researchers discovered a drug protocol that put pancreatic cancer into remission in mice. Very, very good news, because that's a very deadly form of cancer. So they still need to test it on humans and refine it, but really nice news there. Okay. Shooting Star says, what is great in the areas They are trying to put these detention centers or not allowing it to happen. Yes, I've seen that too. Some communities are like, hell no, you're not doing it here. Not in my backyard. Right. So, anyway, very good news. So, now on to the astrology for the week of February 2nd to the 8th. We can really talk about it really from the 1st today. Um, so February 1st, happy new moon, everybody, or full moon. I always say new moon. Happy full moon. So, if you want, do your little full moon rituals. I like to put water out and do my, kind of send my blessings to it. I like to release at the full moon too, like release any old fears or any doubts or any concerns that I've been carrying that I no longer need to carry. But I like to put a glass of water. If you sit outside, put something over the top so you don't get bugs. You can either drink it the next day or make your little, I don't know where I took it. I make spray. I put it in a little spray bottle and put some essential oils in there and make moon spray. Okay. Yeah. Yes, you're right, Laurel. Some of the facilities are federal and neighbors don't have a choice. Yeah, and Tom Homan was trying to say, we'll get out of here faster if Minneapolis would open some of its jail space. But that's like state and local jails, and they should not open jail space for the feds. Okay, so that's really great. This full moon is in Leo, and this means it's a time to shine, stand in the spotlight. Leo goes big or goes home. Leo likes to be, it likes to entertain, but it's also very out there, fiery, can be explosive, right? Leo is a fire sign. We're entering the year of the fire horse. Expect revelations. Full moons bring things to a head. So revelations, illumination on hidden things coming to fruition. So that is today. February 2nd, Mercury and Uranus form a square. And so that means we have a lot of Uranian energy I'm going to talk about in just a second, but Uranus is all about sudden explosive events, like things that are kind of out of the blue changes. And Mercury's communication. So expect sudden, unexpected, perhaps erratic news, maybe big news flashes, stories that come forward that take us all by surprise, or flashes of insight as well. This aspect can cause some mental tension also. All right, Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? Yes, Wednesday, February 4th. Uranus, this is a big deal. Now, Uranus will station direct in the sign of Taurus, okay? And it's been in Taurus for quite some time now. It stays in a sign for 8 years for the most-ish. So Uranus stations direct and will leave the sign of Taurus and not return to the sign of Taurus for 77 years. Guys, these big outer planet movements are a big deal. All right. And hi, Winnie Lot. You're an Aquarius. Okay. Happy birthday or birth month. Okay. So Taurus, being ruled by Venus, has everything to do with money and earthly pleasures and the earth itself, as we were just talking about, right? Earth changes. So Uranus, the great disruptor and the bringer of change, right? It has been transiting through Taurus for these 8 years, and we've seen massive changes in generational values, finances, like the rise of crypto, NFTs, things like that. And massive earth changes with all of the earthquakes and the sun, the geomagnetic storms and the volcanoes and the fires and weather, earth changes. That's what this signifies, and we have seen that. So we'll be happy. Hopefully, we'll be happy when Uranus moves out of Taurus a little bit later this spring. So when big outer, I'm going to talk about that for a second. What does it mean when it stations direct? Uranus means it appears to sit still in the sky. And especially when big outer planets that have big impacts on us station. They're slow movers anyway, but when they station in one spot, that means that their energy really can be quite amplified. So we may see more this month, more sudden, potentially explosive changes. That's what Uranus does. It kind of takes us by surprise. But it's usually clearing the slate for better things. So we have to allow, but be prepared. Okay. People with strong Taurus in their charts. Do we have any Taurus folks in the house? May have seen very massive shifts in their lives over the last 8 years. Okay. And let's see. Yeah. So things will settle down soon. It's going to be moving on into Gemini. So Gemini gets some change energy real soon here. But anyway, check your birth chart. If you know your birth chart, you can look it up. There are lots of free sites where you can do that. Check your birth chart to see which house Taurus sits in for you. So for instance, Taurus for me is in my 10th house of career and what I'm known for, what I become, what my reputation is. So, that could be a good thing or good or bad, I guess, when Uranus comes along. But I like to think of it as changes for the better, right? They might come along and knock us a little bit off our feet, but then they help us clear the slate. Massive shifts. Yeah, Alex, you're a Taurus moon. Okay. Yep. Taurus moon. Yeah. You've seen some things, haven't you? And so check out what house it's in for you. Okay. It'll be different for everybody. And that's the area of your life it will be the most impactful for you. And Uranus will move into Gemini at the end of April. So we're likely to see big shakeups at that time in education, in media, in communication, in transportation, things that Gemini rules, right? And that will be for the next 8 years. It'll stay there for a long time, make sweeping changes or incremental. But I think Uranus is more of a let's knock it down so that we can build it back up. It's a little bit of what we've been talking about with the Trump energy. Hi, SR Kish. Good to see you. All right. So if you're new here, thank you so much for joining me. I am Kelly S., the Mystic Next Door, and I am a healer, an intuitive, and a medium. And as you see here, I like to play with astrology once a week. So welcome to everyone. I really appreciate you coming. Please subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and do all those fun YouTube-y things. And please leave your comments down below. If you're interested in a reading or healing, please check out my channel at www.kellyhealing.com. No dots, no dashes, just KELOY healing.com. And now on to the, hi Liz, what's the site that helps us find our signs again? I like to use astro-seek.com. And it's best if you know your birth time. Some people don't, but you'll need your birth date, birth time, and birthplace, what city you were born in. But there are many. You can just say, find my birth chart free, and it'll come up. So let's see. Those were the important transits of the week. Now we're moving on to our TarotScopes. Please remember that these are general readings for your sun, rising, and moon signs, or for any planets that figure strongly in your chart. Remember that we all have unique birth charts, so please take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay, and consult your personal chart for more detail. I start on a different sign each week, and today we will start with the sign of Aquarius. I was trying to figure out what I started with last week. I think we started with Capricorn. So and I will be using my Wandering Star Tarot. Haven't used this one in a while. Can you see that? Hold on. Yes. And I will pull 3 cards for each sign of the zodiac to give us a glimpse about the following: the energy of the week, the cautions, and the actions. Shooting star, you're a Leo moon. So am I. Maybe that's why I didn't sleep last night. Yep, very impactful for us Leo moons. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with Aquarius. I've been sitting here shuffling the cards, and oh my gosh, look at you, Aquarius. Well, the sun is in your sign, and you get the sun here. There you go. All right. Ace of Cups, beautiful emotional new starts, new relationships, new, perhaps love life, or just things that make you happy, new beginnings. Another big new beginning. This is saying in the caution area, but this does not feel like a caution. Wheel of Fortune talks about change, change, change coming for you. I think it's coming for all of us, right? So the Wheel of Fortune just speaks about karmic cycles changing for you. And the action of the week, the sun. This is all about success and feeling joyful and making sure that you're sitting in the full illumination of who you are and what you want to be. Beautiful. Aren't these cards pretty? I like them. Okay. Now we're moving on to Pisces. Okay. Well, I might have to run out for a quick second. Sorry. I hear animals doing something. Actually, let me do that right now. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. All right. Let's see. So we're moving on to Pisces. Sorry, I heard some screeching. I heard some skirmishes between the cats. Okay, we're good. Hi, Amanda. Good to see you. Okay, you just returned from a wedding expo. Very fun. Good. My son was looking at wedding venues this weekend too. And they're looking in the Philly area. Okay, so we're moving on to Pisces. That was a really great reading for you, Aquarius. I love it. Okay. Energy of the week for you, Pisces, is the Knight of Swords, right? This is being in your full intellectual capacity, right? Using your full wit and brain power, right? Strategizing, looking ahead, seeing the future, clarity. Energy of the week for you is clarity. And I would say if Pisces is getting clarity, that's a good thing, because Pisces can be out here a little bit, right? That's why you're so psychic. Cautions of the week is the Knight of Swords. So when we see the Knight of Swords, it's not always a bad thing, but it can be a little bit sort of erratic or aggressive. So, or maybe impulsive is a better way to put it. So be careful to really think things through before you, kind of look before you leap, think before you leap. Yes. Craig says, thank you. Yeah. My son who just got engaged is a Pisces, and he is, he's out there. All right. And the action of the week is the Moon card, right? So this is paying attention to your dreams, looking, really deep within, tapping into your intuitive side. This is also doing the shadow work. So the actions you should take is really kind of do I want to say, if you're, maybe you're struggling to find a job or you're struggling, in some area of your life, make sure you kind of look within as well as looking outside and just sort of see, what am I doing wrong? Where am I the obstacle here? Okay. And pay attention to your dreams, right? You might have some answers in the dream state. 4:44. Now it's 4:45 on my end. I'm 5:45. I'm an hour ahead of you. All right, Aries. And so here we are. We're talking about Neptune and Saturn meeting up in 0 Aries. It's about to be kind of, Aries is on deck real soon. Really, really soon here. Okay. So what do you have? Aries. Energy of the week is this 8 of Swords. Are you stuck in your head, Aries? Right? Or do you feel trapped? This is a card of feeling trapped. So are you trapped in a job you don't like, or in a relationship you don't like? Are you feeling nervous about something, or you just kind of overthinking situations? Okay. So take a look at that. See what's causing this energy. The caution of the week doesn't feel like a caution to me. This is saying, the 9 of Pentacles saying, you have all the resources and the beautiful, lovely, tangible assets and good health and all of the things. But you may not be recognizing it if you're stuck in your feelings and your worries. Okay, Creative Chick was born on the cusp of Pisces and Aries. Pisces and Aries readings are describing you right now. Okay, so there you go. But here we go. We get the 6 of Swords as the action. It's saying leave that energy behind. You can leave that difficulty behind. And, swords are a mental state, right? This is your mental activities. So leave that behind. Leave your worries and your kind of self-doubts and feeling restricted behind, so that you can actually move forward and recognize the abundance that's in your life. Okay. Hi, Denise McMullen. All right, that was Aries. Now we're moving on to Taurus. We were just talking about Taurus, right? Taurus, you guys have had, if you didn't listen, go back. You have had Uranus breaking furniture and throwing plates around in your sign for about 8 years. So if you've had a lot of big changes in your life, that's probably why. Or people, you don't have to be a Taurus sun. You could be somebody who has Taurus prominent in other ways, maybe a stellium. Okay, so it's a couple more months and it's going to leave your sign for good. Okay. Oh, Susan, you're waiting on the abundance. So are the rest of us. We're all looking for it. Yeah, Craig says, yep, the Pisces reading was very clear about listening to my dreams. Clara sent me a gift with one last night. Oh, wow. That's cool. Okay, so energy of the week for you, Taurus, the Hermit card. Okay, and remember, this is a major arcana, so this is a big deal. This is kind of like, pay attention right now. Search your heart and your soul for what it is that you're looking for in your life. This card also says you might need to kind of take some time alone to really kind of feel your feelings and understand what it is that you want, or to hear your guides talking to you. Okay. Doing the inner work. That's what that card is, like I was saying before. The caution of the week. So Taurus, this says you've kind of had a lot going on, things swirling. You're not really able to see things for what they really are. This is the illusion delusion card. So maybe things are a little bit like, they just feel like they're fuzzy or rose-colored glasses. So we're not really seeing things the way that we should see them. So make sure that we're being clear about what it is that we're being shown when we do that inner work. Susan Crook is on the cusp with Aries and Taurus. Okay, so this is for you as well. All right, and the actions you should take, though. The King of Pentacles is abundant. So Susan was just talking about waiting for the abundance, right? He's abundant, he's rich, he's got all the resources. He's generous and reliable and can be resourceful with all the people in his kingdom, right? You can help yourself, you can help others, right? But what they're saying here with the actions, actions you should take is recognize that even if you don't have a lot in your bank account, you still have a lot to give others. Hi, Tim. Tim McKee. Sorry. That was hard to read. Your Aries Taurus cusp 2. Okay. Welcome. All right. Now we're going to move on to Gemini. Like I said, Gemini is next on deck at the end of April to host Uranus for the next 8 years or so. And, like I said, when Uranus comes along, like it can be a little bit of a wrecking ball. But it really, it brings in change. And it's interesting because I think Uranus and Gemini they're both speed. They both denote speed. So things will pick up speed in your life. And again, check the house that that Uranus is in for you to see, check which house that falls in for you. So where Gemini falls for you so that you can see where this will be a change for you. So if it's in the 7th house, it could be relationships, right? If it's in the 4th house, you might be moving homes. Okay. Hi, Mona Lee. Good to see you. Lots of cusps in here today. Okay. All right, Gemini. Oh, no. 5 of Cups. We don't like to see that. Okay. 5 of Cups, the energy of the week. You might be sitting in your feelings about some loss in your life. Maybe, you've had some bad news about a friend or, the job isn't coming through or something along those lines. This could just be something old, some old things that you just haven't revealed. You haven't addressed, I should say. Okay. So figure out what that is for you. Yeah. All right. And this, I always say, when we see the 5 of Cups too, we have to recognize that this is a card of focusing on the negative instead of the good things, right? So this is a card of count your blessings, but 5s are also changing energy. Change. Okay. Caution. Well, this doesn't feel like a caution because you get the Page of Wands. This is new career, new opportunities, new creative endeavors, like following new passions. Okay, so this is not a caution. This is just saying, heads up, there's something good coming for you. A message, right? The Page of Wands is often the messenger. So maybe that email will come and you've won, you won $1 million. You won the lottery, something like that. So just keep an eye out, or the job has been offered to you, whatever that could be. All right. And actions. You get another page. So look here. You're focusing on the spilt milk, but you have 2 pages which says new energies coming into your life. This can be this is new career. This is new opportunities, new skills, learning new skills, upskilling, right? New job, new money coming in. And this is messages and new things as well. So yeah, don't forget to see the good things, Gemini. Does that resonate with you? I know my double Gemini husband can certainly dwell in the negative if he wants to. It's not really his way, but hi, Chris Mack. Good to see you. Who did I miss? Did I say hi to you, Mona Lee? Thank you. All right. Cancer. All right. Please be a good one. Please be a good one. I'm Cancer rising. I could use some good news. All right, Joyful Journey, you and me, and just visiting. Hi, good to see you. Okay. Well, you get your card, Cancer. Ding, ding, ding. I'll show you in a sec. Energy of the week. you might just need to take a nap, right? I think that Daniel was saying, "I've been tired." Yeah, the energy is so heightened, especially with this big full moon and all the crazy things going on in our world. It's exhausting. So maybe make sure that you're taking care of yourself, right? Really take care of yourself. So Amanda, yeah, he's a Leo rising. So that helps. Yes. You remembered. He is a Leo rising too. He's got a lot in Leo. He likes to be in front of a crowd. Um Caution of the week. This doesn't really feel like a caution. Again, we get another page, a new start. This is new learning, new intellectual activity. This is like going back to school, learning new skills, new ways of seeing things, right? A new perspective. So that's nice. And maybe what we need is just a little bit of rest. Oh, I just saw you see my glitter? My hair glitter. It's a little, I don't know, maybe I'm immature. I was just like, if we're going to hell in a handbasket, I'm going to put some glitter in my hair. Um, anyway, um, naps are the best. I 100% agree with you. I am a fan of the nap. Here's your card, Cancer, right? Action of the week, right? This is tapping into your intuition. We just talked about this a moment ago. Your dreams, your Cancer, you're a water sign, you're highly intuitive. Really deeply look into your intuition. And kind of I feel like you're going to be doing it right here, right? Dreams are going to be big for you because this full moon, your ruler, Cancer, is a big one for you. Okay. All right. Creative check. You have hair glitter too. Tinsel. You see it? I'm wondering what my 80-something mom's going to think. She might actually get it in her hair too. Maybe I'll take her and get some in her hair. Alex H. Glitter is a must. I love it. Oh, that's funny. Learning. What's samadhi? Is that a language? Wow, that's really cool, Mona Lee. Wow. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Chris Mack. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, great in gray hair. I know. I have, believe me, I have my share of gray, but I'm going to cover it up. Some of them are quite shiny, aren't they? Okay, moving forward now on to Leo. We have this beautiful new moon in Leo. Yeah? Leo, you should pay attention to your dreams as well. Whew, this is a big one for you. And this is maybe that full moon is really activating you. So you get the 3 of Wands. This is looking out for those opportunities to come forward for you. Like this is actually a venture, maybe planning a trip and really looking overseas to see. Do you see all that water in there? This is really kind of looking out. I like to look, this one has keywords in it and they're a little different. Oh, this is luck. I've never really thought of 3 of Wands that way. Luck, adventure, and action, like getting ready to take action. Okay. Getting ready. You're waiting for it's like waiting for the train to come into the station. Amanda says, your mom's? Perhaps I meant with the gray hair. Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah. My mom, she's let her hair go white in the last couple of years. And she is using that like purple shampoo. So she has this purple tint to her hair. And I was like, you're only supposed to use it like every 3rd or 4th time, Mom. And she's like, I know, but I just keep reaching for it. So it's funny. So maybe she needs purple glitter in her hair. When you're in your 80s, what the heck? All right. Leo rising. Good. I'm a Leo moon too. So here we are with the Empress. This is a caution in the area of the caution. But like I said, we don't always have a caution when the card is so nice like this. And so this is the Empress. This is abundance. This is possibility, hope. for our dreams to come true. This, if we were going to go very, very literal, this could be new creation, like a baby, right? New opportunities, new hope. Yep. Fertility, love. Yeah. All the good things. It's also a connection with nature. And the action of the week is take action. Look, the magician. This is a good week for you, Leo, to really, manifest your dreams. So if you've always wanted to, take a trip to like an African safari, start making that happen. If you've wanted to, learn what language, Samadi, do it now. Really kind of make those things happen right now because the energy is with you. Okay. There you go. I like it. Yeah, we do have a lot of Leos in here, don't we? All right, Virgo. What is going on with you, Virgo? What's going on? Manifesting all day long. I like it. Yeah, they're good cards this week. I like it. I feel like the last few weeks, they're just getting stronger and stronger. Enrique is a Leo moon too. Leo, you might have more Leo in your Cancer sun. You feel like a Leo rising to me, Enrique. A performer in a good way. Oh, Clara's a Leo. All right, Virgo. These are really just powerful cards this week. Oh my. Okay. So, Calita, I like it. My Spanish name in high school was Anita. I don't know why. It just was. All right. So the energy of the week for you is the Queen of Swords. This is the truth. This is clarity. This is strategy. Like really, really clear-eyed, seeing the future, thinking things through. You're very good at that, Virgo, thinking things through, organizing and all those kinds of things. This is a card of strength. This is a good card. All right. Caution of the week for you, Virgo, is the Ten of Swords, though. And as I said, I just wanted to say, well, I will say this at another time. I don't want to taint your reading, Virgo. But Ten of Swords is an ending. This is something coming to an end that maybe it was very hurtful, but it's the final act. It's the end of something that was maybe painful, maybe something somebody did to you. But these are mental cards with the swords. This is a way of thinking, right? Or feeling. So there we go. All you want to do is sleep? Me too. That's because of that full moon. We just need to sleep. Samadhi. Oh, it's a practice toward enlightenment. Oh, nice. That's great. Thank you, Amanda. I thought it was a language. Like Swahili. Okay. And the actions you need to take, the Page of Wands. You too are being told, take action, like follow, like you're receiving messages right now, Virgo. So take action, follow those that you're like, your passion, follow your passion. Yeah. Okay. And okay. And so this doesn't have anything to do with you guys, but like I said, I got you Virgo folks. I got this for the leader of China, the leader of Russia, and the leader of the United States when I pulled cards the other day. Hi, Lee G. Hi, Leanne. How are you, my Canadian friend? Are you staying warm? I hope so. I do. I hope you're staying warm. Okay. Shuffling badly. All right, we're going to move on to Libra. Where are my Libra friends? I'm a Libra sun. All right, you like that, Liz? Is that good for you? Barely staying warm. I'm sorry. Hello, all you Canadian viewers. Yes, we've got We've got a couple of hemispheres covered here. What's in bulk? Was that a typo? What is in bulk? Happy in bulk. Okay. Okay. Hey, I just shuffled the cards. What the heck? What the heck is going on? Because I've got some. I'm starting to have some repeats, guys. All right. So we get the Page of Pentacles. This is about the energy of the week is like manifest. Really, really kind of put your talents to work to manifest your dreams this week. Opportunities coming forward for you, and you're going to make it happen this week, Libra. All right. The caution of the week is when we see this card, it can be all about intuition. So do tap into your intuition and your dreams. But if it's in a caution, it's saying, don't let your anxiety get in the way of the things that you want to do, that you want to manifest with the Page of Pentacles. So this could be a card of anxiety and hidden things. All right. Oh, joyful journey. Halfway between the beginning of winter and the beginning of spring. Oh, thank you. I'm learning all kinds of new words tonight. Thank you. Oh, Swahili was an elective in your high school. Wow. Is that right? That's crazy. All right. And here we are. So again, we've been seeing the moon and we've been seeing these are cards of anxiety, of worry. And I feel like this is a kind of the world we're living in right now. 10 of Swords says, you're down and out, but you're at the end of a phase that's been maybe not so good. And I feel like when we see the 10 of Swords, this could be something that somebody did to us. That's that stabbed in the back card. But I want to say also, when it's in the area of action, it's saying it's time to let those things that hurt your feelings that you sat with for so long, it's time to let those things go. This is a card when it's in the area of what kind of action should I take, it's saying, let's let it go so that we can move to that, let the closure happen so we can move to the new beginning. It's the final end of a struggle. Okay. Did you learn Swahili, Enrique, or did you pass on that one? Okay, we're moving to Scorpio. So a little about while I'm shuffling, and I really do shuffle, but because we're seeing a lot of the same cards, I am giving them a good shuffle between. I always talk about my son in England. He's my Scorpio son. And they have been having a heck of a time finding a flat to live in London that's affordable. It's a shocker. But, something that's reasonable. So they got turned down on the one that they put an application in. All right, Scorpio. This is one of those cards that is unique to this deck, the Mother Star, right? This is a card, it says in little letters here, yes. Like this is, if there's a question about something, it's a big yes, right? But she's like the star. She's like saying, set your hopes and your dreams on something because you can attain it this week. Now, caution at death, endings. Transformation, though. This is maybe transforming the way that you think about things. Maybe this is changing your, maybe the way that you go about your life, maybe in a negative mindset or with anxiety. But this is change. This is a new beginning card as well. So when we see the death card, remember that just clears the deck for a new beginning. Okay. And the action should you take is all action, right? The King of Wands is very much about following. It's like adventure, taking that next step, right? Being highly motivated and determined in what you want to do, Scorpio. Okay, so good. These are, like I said, do you notice we're getting lots and lots of face cards and major arcana cards, guys? That just indicates the the times we're in are really, really kind of ripe for manifesting. Scorpio rising, crystal blue. Okay. Well, thank you. Scorpio sun, shooting star. All right. Time to manifest. Sagittarius. We have Sagittarius and then we have Capricorn. Okay. Sagittarius. The energy of the week for you is the Seven of Swords, right? This is somebody has been perhaps deceptive to you. Maybe you're deceiving yourself about something, but this is mental energy that leaves us feeling kind of on edge. It could be literally a theft, like somebody, stole my wallet, or it could be metaphorical, right? Somebody stole my energy, like somebody was an energy vampire this week with me. But this could be somebody in your life who's been dishonest with you, or you are dishonest with yourself. There we go. Caution. Well, see, this doesn't feel like a caution. Again, somebody else got this in the caution area. This is saying recognize the abundance that you have in your life, the prosperity, the beautiful, your grounded space, like you have. This is the lady who's standing in the garden with the grapes and has all the things, right? So if it were a caution, it's maybe like you aren't recognizing that you have all that you need. Okay. And the action. All right. This says do some soul searching. Do some soul searching, Sagittarius, because you might need to kind of really look within, ask your guides, ask your higher self, do the inner work that you need to, kind of figure out why you're sitting in this energy. Okay. So sorry, Sagittarius. We all go through those things, right? This is also a card of solitude. So make sure that if you need some alone time, you take it for yourself. Take a hot bath, whatever that is. And last but not least, Capricorn. What do we need for Capricorn? You got this, Amanda. You got this. Absolutely. All right. Sagittarius moon crystal. Okay. All right. Well, Sagittarius has some anxiety this week with the Nine of Swords. It's the first time this one has come out of the deck tonight. All right. So energy of the week, what are you worried about? I'm sorry, Capricorn. I think I said Sagittarius. Capricorn, what are you worried about? Right? Capricorn, you tend to be, large and in charge, the boss, right? You are all about the money and the job and the research. So you're worried about your job? Or you're worried about something, something's not going your way? What is it? Caution of the week, the Hanged Man. This is saying if you need to get a new perspective, do it, right? So maybe you're just in a bad mood and feeling that anxiety. Your crappy Cappy needs something good. What does that mean? Crabby Cappy. Crabby Cappy. Oh, Capricorn. Is that your hubby? Sorry about that. All right. The Hangman. It just says, take a beat. Really see the world from a new angle, right? You might need to just, maybe you've been working on something hard and it's really kind of keeping you twisted around the axle a little bit. You know how sometimes you just need to kind of get up from your desk and walk away and go for a walk or something. Yeah. There. So you might need a new perspective this week. Your boss is a Capricorn, Amanda. Oh, nice. Well, very good. Well, this looks like the boss right here. Action for the week, Emperor, right? This is the boss man. This is that energy. So maybe somebody here, this is saying take control of your situation. You have it within you to take control of this situation. Emperor is in total control. This is, it could be, the law or the some other kind of a person of influence in your life, but it's saying take control and be the boss. Be your own boss. Okay? Is that you, Chris Mack? Yes. All right. Liz says she's been cranky, your daughter. Oh, I see. Definitely needs a new perspective. That's because she's on the East Coast and it's been cold as all get out. She needs to see some Colorado sunshine, Liz, doesn't she? All right, I'm going to go ahead and pull 3 cards and a one of these predictions cards for all of us, okay? What is the energy that we all need to be aware of this month? And like I said, if you didn't see the beginning, please go back to the wind up here because we talk about the energy of the month and some really big new changes coming in hot, and they can be a little bit, chaotic and disruptive, but they're really like revealing the cracks, and that's what we need, right? We do need that. Oh, well, okay. I like this. Okay. So here we are. The energy, we're not doing energy of the week. This is just all 3 cards of the energy of the week. We have the Knight of Cups. So for some of you, we may feel like we're getting an offer. This is a kind offer of, it could be a proposal. It could be the job. It could be something coming forward for you, right? Maybe I was going to say, an opportunity to join a new class or do something really fun, go to pottery class. This could also be a, what am I thinking of? Like a raise, a promotion. It's Cinnamon Day, Amanda. Nice. Okay. All right. Another card that we get that I like very much is the 2 of Cups. This is the coming together. Again, this is, some of you out there are going to be feeling the love. We're getting close to Valentine's Day. That's coming up, right? This is the love card. So some of you may be getting that proposal or meeting the one. This is also just signing contracts or joining forces with others. So I like that. Get together with others. Harmony. And last but not least, 10 of Swords. Okay, we've seen this multiple times in this reading, so I feel like this is just energy for all of us to be aware of. The 10 of Swords is an ending. It's closure to a time that's been mentally challenging for us, right? It's putting those things, like reaching the end of the line so that we can move on. So what is that for you? Okay. All right. Well, and I want to give you guys one of these beautiful predictions cards too. See what energy we get. Look at this. I like this innovative idea. So we're going to maybe, I feel like here in this country, maybe around the world, we need some new ideas to kind of how to move out of this difficult space that we're in. We've been having some, I think everybody's kind of been sitting on the sidelines, but people are getting ideas like, no, I'm not taking this anymore. I'm moving forward, right? Or it might be a new idea for a painting or a drawing or some activity that you want to do. This is really nice though. I like it. It's creative. Amanda, blow a little cinnamon. Oh, thank you. Oh, right. Isn't that something you do at the beginning of the month for abundance? Okay, so Amanda says, I'm gonna show you. Blow a little cinnamon from the palm of your hand. You blow it into your door, like standing outside your door. Just blow it into the door frame, right? And this is And blow some out another window to release old, unneeded stuff. I've never done that. That's really cool. I also, oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Liz, for coming. I would just want to say, everybody, thank you so much for coming. And if you need a reading, you know where to find me at www.kellyhealing.com. I should put that up on the bottom, but I didn't do it. And I also wanted to say there was one other thing that really quickly that you can do at the beginning of the new year. And I just saw this online today, and stay with me for a sec. You can actually create a crystal bowl out of salt. So you take a bowl or a jar or a glass, and you fill the bowl, and make sure it's glass or ceramic, not metal or wood or anything. So you fill it up most of the way with salt, any kind of salt. Sea salt is probably best. And then you put 5 copper pennies or copper coins of some sort face up into the jar or the bowl. And then you fill it all the way up just above the level of the salt with water. And sit it in a place in your house that you feel like energetically needs clearing. And so as it sits there, you'll put it on I would put it on a little plate or something, or a coaster. But as it sits there, it will crystallize. That salt will crystallize all around the glass, and it's collecting bad energy that we no longer need, right? And you can also infuse it with the good energy too. So it's all about intention. And you can leave it there all year, right? So just do it before the Chinese New Year, which I think is the 17th of the month. Check me on that. But I think it's really cool, and I'm going to try it. Mason jar, maybe. That's what I'll do. So thank you so much for joining. I really love seeing you guys here on Sunday nights, and I hope everybody has a fantastic week. Bye-bye.